Welcome to Quick Rip. Big B here with ya. Hope you're doing well out there, fight fans. Hey, we had the first BKFC event of 2024, and it was pretty damn good. BKFC Prospects Series going down in Albuquerque, New Mexico, headlined by Donald Sanchez versus Noah Cutter. Pretty decent. You know what? 10 fights in total, 9 finishes. So we got a lot to cover here. Let's get at it. I'm going to start with the main event and work my way down the card. I did manage to catch the entire card, so we're going to go through the entire card here. Main event, Donald Sanchez versus Noah Cutter, as mentioned. This one was one of the many that were over quick on the evening. A one-shot knockout from the Albuquerque native Donald Sanchez. Cutter gets face planted just 35 seconds into the scrap. Brutal for Cutter as his record continues to plummet, and one's got to wonder what's next for him in his fighting career. But on the other side of the coin, nothing but stock raising for Donald Sanchez, and he did state that he would like to make a run for the title. Is that actually legitimately going to happen? I don't know. We'll have to tune in and keep watching. But impressive stuff by Donald Sanchez. Another brutal loss by Noah Cutter here, and I don't know. I just don't know, folks. It pains me. I want to cheer for the dude so bad, but when it comes down to it, I think I might be done watching him fight because there's just been too many now, and yeah, I think I'm just done, unfortunately. But I'm not done watching Donald Sanchez. Awesome shit there. The co-main event at BKFC Prospect Albuquerque featured Taylor Starling versus Jenny Savage. Now, this was going down at 115 pounds, pardon me. And this was the only scrap on the night that went the distance. I don't really know what to say here. Maybe I think it was one of those scraps where I pumped myself up a little bit too much for it, right? And I thought it was going to be more than it turned out to be. Not that it was a bad fight, it just wasn't the fight that I expected. Decent, though. Solid performance here from Taylor Starling. She takes a unanimous decision, moves to 4-2. Realistically, I didn't see a lot out of Jenny Savage that I mean, you even looked at Taylor Starling's face after 5 rounds, and I mean, she had some bumps and bruises here and there, but you go 5 rounds in bare knuckle, and usually there's a lot more damage than that. So she didn't really appear to get hit all that much, or at least take that much damage. I don't know what's next for the beauty there, Starling, but she's another one that if she's scrapping, I'm going to be tuning in to watch because she continues to improve, and she looked good out there tonight in Albuquerque. The feature bout, we saw Eric Dotson versus Dakota High Pine. Now, Dotson, obviously a hometown hero there. Both the Dotson brothers, hometown heroes there in Albuquerque. And what a bloody statement from Eric Dotson here. He finishes High Pine super early in the first round in front of his hometown crowd. A perfect way to rebound from his first loss in his last outing. All I can say here is, wow, Eric Dotson is back. Before that, we saw William Albrecht versus Freddie Sandoval. And this one's absolutely straight out of the weird files here. Albrecht pretty much made Sandoval quit, and then Sandoval complained about it. Albrecht's nickname, Wild Bill, seems to absolutely fit him to a fucking T. A first round TKO for the Wild one, and those two still wanted to go. I didn't really understand what. I didn't understand it. It was one of those. I can't even fucking explain it, folks. It's one of those fights where you're gonna have to go on YouTube and or wherever else the app, whatever you're watching on, um, go and watch it. It's not long. It's less than a round, and it's just fucking crazy because there's no way I can even do it justice to explain it because Sandoval got up and then took a knee again and then got counted out because the count was, I guess, still going after he got up and then went back down. And then the two still wanted to fucking scrap after the after the fight was over. Um, it, it was fun. It was fun and wild and weird. And William Albrecht gets the victory in the first round. Another scrap we saw at BKFC Albuquerque here, Prospect Series, was Ismail Israelov versus Denasabi Mohammed. And I do apologize if I butcher those names. It happens. But wow, what an absolute fucking perfect debut for Israelov here. He made quick work of Mohammed as Mohammed appeared to take a knuckle or two straight to the eyeball, and that was it. First round KO for Israelov. And if I'm not mistaken, he's the first is he Chechnyan? Uh, something. Uh, Shit. I would have to double check that. Um, but he is the first of his nationality in BKFC, and he looks like he could possibly be a force coming up here. I really hope that he gets a contract and we get to see a little bit more of him. BKFC prospect Albuquerque also saw the bare knuckle debut of former MMA fighter Juan Adams, former UFC fighter, PFL fighter. He was taking on another Adams in Matt Adams, and this was interesting. Overall, I found this fight kind of sloppy, yet I was entertained. Juan Adams makes Matt Adams quit in the third round due to what simply appeared to be exhaustion. So Juan gets the W in his bare knuckle debut here, but I honestly think if he wishes to continue in BKFC, he's definitely going to need to take it more serious and make some improvements here, should he want to make any kind of fucking statement. And you know what? I think he realized after the fight too, in his post-fight speech there, he did say like, he's like, wow, you know, I think he was one of the many that went into his debut thinking that this is just a fucking bare knuckle street fight. I've been in fucking, you know, how many times do you hear the fighters like, oh yeah, 100 and 0 in the fucking streets, shit like that. But this is not a street fight. This is bare knuckle fighting, and it's one of a kind, that's for sure. I do think Juan can definitely make a statement in the increasingly popular heavyweight division here, but it's going to take some dedication and some work for him to get there. Another female fight on the card, we had Carla Alvarez versus Brittany Horton, and Alvarez gets the quick TKO finish in the first here. Flat out, Carla just appeared to be the stronger fighter here, and basically stronger, more physical, and it showed. You know what? It almost seemed like a mismatch. I don't say that with any disrespect to Brittany Horton, but it really did seem like a mismatch. And I'm a little bit interested to see if Alvarez gets a contract here, and maybe we can see her face a little bit stiffer competition and see what she's really made of. And yet another prospect series scrap here with both fighters making their debuts. We had Felipe Chavez versus Michael Mano, and this one was a really good scrap actually, with Chavez edging Mano the entire time. Now, the fight was stopped late in the third round due to multiple cuts suffered by Mano, TKO win for Diego Sanchez's cousin, Felipe Chavez. And he's another one that I think could possibly make a statement with a little bit more work and obviously a little bit more time and experience, right? In a scrap that was second scrap of the night, I guess it worked out to be. We had Apostle Spencer taking on Kane Tomlinson Jr. And wow, Tomlinson Jr. ran right through Spencer here. A huge shot puts the end to Spencer early in the first round. Like I say, a lot of early stoppages here in Albuquerque. Um, just amazing stuff here. Tomlinson Jr., Kane Tomlinson Jr., remember that name because I think this dude's coming and he's going to take some heads off along the way. And opening up the BKFC Prospect Series card in Albuquerque, the first scrap of 2024 inside that BKFC squared circle, we had Casey Yates versus Zach Pennell. And Zach absolutely took it to Casey. Ends up getting the finish late in the first round. And, you know, Pennell was just a more technical scrapper. That's all it was. Yates just wasn't technical. He just wasn't technical. And it cost him against what could possibly be a little bit more experienced fighter there. Overall, I had a great time watching BKFC Prospect Series in Albuquerque. And for those of you that don't have the app, it was a free event. What could be better, right? On a Saturday night, it was perfect timing. No UFC, no other major MMA going on. So there were definitely eyeballs on this, and that's absolutely what it's made for. Get these debuting fighters and get some eyeballs on them. And you know what? Like a couple of these guys I want to see. Now, the only thing that I was a little bit disappointed in is I thought we were going to find out on the broadcast like who was going to get a contract kind of deal, but nothing was said really about the contracts. One announcement during the broadcast was that Eric Dotson's brother there, John Dotson, is set to defend his BKFC strap for the first time. That's going to be March 29th, I believe. They're heading right back to Albuquerque. So, I mean, that's a home away from home for the BKFC, and rightfully so. There's always a great crowd. They always sell out, and there's always great scraps in Albuquerque. So why not go there as much as can, right? That's my BKFC Prospect Series Albuquerque recap, review, whatever the hell you want to call it. Hey, if you enjoy this stuff, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Of course, you want to hit that subscribe button and keep up to date everything BKFC, a little bit of MMA here on Bowls, Beers, and Brawls. Till next time, everybody, take care and peace.
I think the trip and fumble over the train. I wonder how we had